Wrestling, we are here! And we have a lot to talk about this week. The Cliff Keen, Penn State, Iowa dual matches. A lot. But first, we'll get into it. Subscriber of the week. Fans, we appreciate you. This week, it's Kamal Hassan 938. Love the show, guys. Keep up the good work. Do you guys think it would be a good idea for Gabe Arnold to switch to 184 to win national title? 174 seems to be all but locked down. I don't know. Maybe we'll get into it. Kamal Hassan, email us your size and address. You're getting a BEG Wrestling shirt.
Thank you, Kamal.
I got 4 of them out last week.
Well, it's about time.
I told you I was backed up. I got them all out.
About time. Can you imagine them people sitting there waiting for a shirt? Yeah, I get a free T-shirt. Please.
They probably got them today or yesterday.
Gee.
So, yeah. There you go.
So the guy from October finally got his?
That's right. That's right. Better late than never. Better late than never. But listen, we got a lot to talk about. First, let's dive into the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational.
Well, let me just say, before we get going there, if you're a college wrestler and you're one of the big studs out there, if there's one thing we've learned, you better be ready for every match, because there's 25, 30 guys in your weight class that are solid wrestlers. And if they decide that particular day, you know what, this is my day, you may have to dig deeper than you've ever dug to win that match. And we've seen it throughout the beginning this year, which it makes college wrestling just all kinds of fun.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing predictable about this sport.
I mean, the rankings are way shook up.
I mean, if you consider like college track and field, what's the number of upsets that are happening over there? Boy,
not a lot.
Here we're we're an opinion show on college wrestling, and we're going to end up looking really dumb a lot.
Well, it's the name of the game, right? It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. You got to own up to it.
Wow. And it's across the board.
I mean, it was upset central, right? I mean,
oh my goodness.
We'll go down by weight class quick, but
yeah.
Overall thoughts before we get started here.
Well, I just want to say kudos to the teams and the wrestlers that participate in the CKLV, because you guys laid it on the line early in the season, and all of us, I won't dive deep into this, but at least I don't. I think a lot of other people don't like how we seed the national tournament. It kind of rewards people that are avoids the tough competitions, pads their records, and all of a sudden they have a better seed than this guy who's been out there facing hammer after hammer and taking some losses. Yep. I mean, I've said all along, I wish it was just wins, but beyond that, just kudos to you guys, because you guys showing up in wrestling at such a tough tournament is what grows this sport. And that's what we all want. I mean, I guarantee you we picked up fans that casually tuned into the CKLV, because that was just amazing wrestling across the board. Absolutely loved it. Couldn't ask for a better tournament.
I mean, we said it was going to be the third best tournament event of the year, with the upsets and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a blast to watch.
Oh,
it was very entertaining.
It was incredible.
But, all right, let's break it down by weight class, starting with 125. Into the quarters, we had Ramos and Provo. Then we had Vulcan, Smith, and Unger and Kaler. And then into the semis were Provo and Volk. Provo beating Volk 8-1, and Unger beating D'Agostino 8-1. And then Provo overtaking Unger in the finals.
Yeah, and, you know, I said Volk would be somebody to deal with this year, and he had shown that he is. But that Provo, Zach, I just found another one of my favorite wrestlers. I just like that kid. I like his body language. Agreed. I like how he wrestles. And that 125 is wide open. So for somebody to sit here, Provo could win this whole thing this year, that's not crazy. That's not crazy talk.
Well, not at that weight class, it's not.
Whew.
I mean, I'll tell you what my takeaway is, as much as I love Ramos, man, Ramos he's a jag. He's just a guy.
Provo
right? He's good, but
put him on 8-1. But
that's what I mean. Like, Ramos is just a guy at this point. I mean, he could win, I guess, but he's in the bunch, right?
Well, and just because Provo put it on him 8-1 this time means really nothing. I just watched Levi Haynes put it on a guy 10-2 at the Black Knight, and he had to fight to beat him today, and that's how it goes.
That is how it goes. What about so we had like DiAugustino losing to Unger. Unger, you'd think, all right, upswing for Cornell, but Cornell took some shots this tournament, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, even DiAugustino, that did not look good.
No, it did not.
That did not look good with his knee. That had the look of this is going to be a little time here. And quite frankly, we don't know what caused Griffith to medical red shirt out or medical out of the tournament.
Yeah.
He may be hurt. All of a sudden, this Michigan team that everybody thought,
Big
wow, how good are they?
For you.
There's a lot
more.
They had 4 weights that didn't place. Throw in the Griffith and DiAugustino injuries, plus some other guys that, quite frankly, I'm going to just say it, underperformed. Now, this is the beginning of the year, and I understand that. And all the coaches are looking to get everybody to peak at the right time. So I understand that. And I just appreciate when they lay it on the line this early in the season, no doubt.
A little shocking Provo taking this, though, right?
Obviously, yeah. Yeah, but what was really shocking is it looks like, where'd he come from?
Yeah, we have not talked about him at all.
Yeah, where'd he come from? And it's like, dude, that dude can wrestle.
We're going to have to do some research on him.
He's a lot of fun to watch. But I like his body language, too. He just looks like a very respectful, cool dude. I don't know. That's just my take.
I agree.
But
I like him. He's got some swagger now, too, to go along with that. So, all right, let's move on to 133. We had Oreen and Wisenhunt. We're talking about the quarters here, and then Zarcone and Cardinal, and then Whitcraft, Knox, and then Romney and Frost. We talked about Frost.
Frost looked good.
Into the semis, it was Oreen.
Yep.
It was Oreen 6-3 over Cardinal, and then Frost 2-1 over Knox, and then Oreen ultimately taking it 12-4 in the finals against Frost. But hey, man, you got to be encouraged with Frost's effort here.
Yeah, and Oreen looked good, but I mean, to me, like I got to get my gears straight. Is Fix qualified? Yes, I think Fix is qualified for trials. I would say maybe that's why he didn't wrestle. Or something. I don't know. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure Fix is already qualified for trials. And you say, well, why would he risk coming and getting hurt? Really, his main goal is to make that Olympic team and win the Olympics. Okay, I guess I understand. There was a lot of big names that didn't show up to CKLV.
Is that why Penn State didn't come?
Well, they got up to 5 guys that could be wrestling this month to try to qualify for trials. Kirk Levitt and Carter and Brooks. I could be wrong there, too. I'm pretty sure they still have to qualify. Now, if they win nationals, they're qualified. But, I mean, they want to go just for the experience. I don't know if Haynes and Van Ness maybe looking to go for 65. I don't know about, I think all 5 of them actually need to qualify for the trials. But, so I don't know. That could have something to do with it. And
I guess Penn State doesn't typically go to this, but back to 133 here.
Well, I wish they did, Zach.
Well, we all do.
Yeah.
I agree. But then we would have knew what the results were going to be ahead of time, right? I mean, seriously. Oreen, 6-3 over Cardinal. What? Okay. The 13th seed coming out of nowhere. Yeah. Any thoughts on him, dude? I guess at San Diego State University, we need him to transfer to Michigan. Right? Seriously. Frost looking good. I mean, this was chalk. Oreen 1/2 Frost. Yeah. Any final thoughts on 33?
No, let's go to some of these.
All right, 141, man. It was in the quarters. It was my man, Lachlan McNeil and Chamita, and then Happel and Jack, Mendez, Cornella, Jamison and Hardy, and then McNeil and Jack in the semis with Jack beating McNeil. McNeil is just such a defensive wrestler. And then Mendez and Hardy. Mendez taking it 11-3 over Hardy, and Mendez taking it over Jack 5-2 in the finals. Wow. Mendez is the real deal.
Mendez looked incredible. His
he
movement, his speed, and he looks like a man on a mission. I'm telling you, Woods has a problem with Mendez. Quite frankly, if you're asking me, Woods, Mendez, both Mendez and Bartlett, if they wrestle the right kind of match, they could beat Woods. Obviously, Woods is the favorite here. But I'm telling you,
is he?
Mendez is going to be – of course, we won't be able to see that until the Big Ten championship because Ohio State doesn't wrestle Iowa, which –
that's a bummer.
Yeah, but we'll see Bartlett and Woods, how that goes. We'll see Bartlett and Mendez. We'll see how that goes. That's going to be a fun match because both of them can scramble their brains out.
Bartlett and Mendez.
Oh, my goodness. Both of them fast.
I think I'm giving Mendez the edge right now.
I don't know what to say there. It's going to be how the match goes. I mean, whoever wins is not going to shock me. But, yeah, Mendez, no doubt, to me, one of the stars of the whole tournament, Mendez.
Yeah.
Him and Bastida, no doubt, the two that just shine the most to me.
How about Jack over McNeil? You kind of saw that coming, didn't you? Does McNeil have any offense?
Yeah, McNeil's good. Yeah, obviously, but Jack wrestled a good tournament, but.
All right, any final thoughts on 141?
Let's go.
149. All right, into the quarters was Ridge Lovett and Kinner, Arrington, D'Amelio, Henson, Lemire, Swiderski, and Parco. But then it was Ridge Lovett and D'Amelio with Ridge
Lovett lost.
Absolutely.
Ridge Lovett lost.
What are you talking about?
In the finals, he lost that match. That was ridiculous. Now, I'm not gonna go off
against
too much.
Henson. Okay.
Henson beat him. Was it enough to get 3 swipes for danger? How about enough to get about 6 swipes? And come on, refs, come on. Now, I'm not rooting so much against Ridge Lovett. I'm just saying Henson beat him. Henson beat him, Zach. Wow. And Henson is absolutely between Henson, Van Ness, and Ridge. That's wow. Good luck guessing who's going to win nationals there. Because I tell you, Henson has what it takes. He just showed it. He has what it takes to beat Ridge. And
out of 10, who's winning? Is that 5 and 5?
Wow. Well, all I know was Ridge Lovett at the end. He gave some little. I don't know what he was doing. Dude, I wouldn't have been doing no celebrating.
He got all pumped
because
up,
deep down inside, dude, you were on your back for 6 swipes of danger and got away with it. And, I mean, it's sort of like balls and strikes in baseball. We're going to have the human element there. But come on. Come on. Be quick. Refs, be quick on some stuff. And that danger call, be quick to be starting to count.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of times I notice they're a little slow before they start to count. Come on, let's go. You got to get the whole match is on the line here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man.
Gee,
Ridge won, so that's what I predicted.
He did.
That's what I predicted. Cal Parco looked good. I mean,
yeah, Parco's
solid.
But you know what? Here's Lovett and Henson,
and then
here's Parco. He just ain't quite there. Now, that doesn't mean Parco can't come out and beat him because he obviously has skills galore, but I'm telling you, that was just one. All right, I'm done.
All right. On to 157. It was the comeback kid, Peyton Robb, into the quarters against Swenson, Keller, Lewan, Shapiro, Cardenas, and Downey and Teamer. And then into the semis was Robb and Lewan, with Robb taking it 8-2, and then Teamer taking it 14-6 over Cardenas. And then Robb finishing the comeback story with a 6-4 win over Teamer in the finals. All right. Got to talk about Myra Shapiro.
Yeah, let's start with Myra. And from one of our sources on our Facebook page, which I really trust, are we got a Cornell connection, we got an Iowa connection, we got an Ohio State connection.
We got connections on
I
Facebook.
got I
folks.
trust
Follow us on Facebook.
Yeah, I trust them
Facebook
connections. Okay, now we heard that Shapiro took a concussion, which how did he not? If you watch the replays of that Andonian match, once when it was double overs, once when it was a whizzer and he hipped in and threw, both times Shapiro's head hit hard onto the mat. And that was the first thing I noticed. I thought, this boy's got to be beat up after this match. And what Shapiro did is he went and showed how much of a stud he actually was. He went and wrestled Andonian's match and beat him at it soundly. That's how good Shapiro is. Now, I don't know how these concussions are scary because sometimes they can last a while.
Yeah, you never know, man.
So I don't know what's going on there. I can't sit here and say 100% he took a concussion. I'm just saying that what I seen,
it's possible.
Yeah, he took a concussion.
It's very possible.
Plus our connection.
Plus
I'm here to say yes, he took, and you could tell in the two losses in afterwards. You could tell the kid did not look the same.
I agree with that.
And there was times he looked even confused out there, which gets to a whole nother thing. This whole concussion protocol, like something didn't happen like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, was he evaluated? You know what I mean?
There's a chance. We don't know any of the details. Maybe Myro didn't say a word. Maybe, nobody knew. And it's not the first time you've seen heads hit the mat hard, and you're not going to think automatically concussion every time you see a head hit the mat. But they were two nasty hits. And so we don't know the inside story, whether he said something or not. I don't know. But there's very possible there was no indication, very possible there was no word from Shapiro to anybody, even his parents. And next thing you know, he's trying to live up to this hype, all this hype that rained down to him. He's going to prove to people that, you know what, I'm going to live up to this.
Yeah.
And he went in with a warrior mindset and ended up, it really got him in trouble because he ended up wrestling more than he should have. He should have got out of that tournament after the Andonian match. But
in hindsight, that would have been nice.
In the end, there's two things that happen. And Shapiro showed he is a legitimate. I don't care if it's against Rob. I don't care if it's against Haynes. He's a legitimate champion contender.
Yeah.
And he's going to, if he hopefully heals up real fast, he's going to be real. The real deal there, no doubt about it. The other thing is Kale is safe until the next young super stud comes along.
Kale is safe?
Yeah. Any thoughts of that, Shapiro might be that guy that could just run the table for, I know that's way too early to start talking that kind of talk, but daggone, that kid's good. That kid's good.
He is good. All right, but I tell you who looked great. Peyton Robb, man.
Yes.
I mean,
and
looked stacked.
I was glad he got wrestler of the tournament. Previously, I said I said Provo or who do I say, Mendez and Bastida.
Yeah,
shine the brightest. I'm kind of wrong there. The guy that actually shined the brightest is
inarguably the most stacked weight class.
Oh my goodness, Peyton Robb.
10-0 over Swenson, 8-2 over Lewan, and then 6-4 over Teamer. Teamer looked good too.
Oh, Teamer's tough. He's got his own little reshot style there. He's going to get himself in trouble backing up so much, but it's a great setup. It lures the guy in, and next thing, he's so lightning fast. That's going to be a fun weight, man, no doubt. We'll see, but Rob is the man. And to come back from everything he had.
Look out, Levi.
All of us were rooting for him,
Look out, Levi. You mentioned Teamer.
Levi actually didn't have his A game today. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But he didn't have his A game today. He was a little sloppy diving around, but he tightened it up there at the end, got a solid 12-6 win. But, Yeah, to beat a Rob, to beat a Teamer, and to beat a Shapiro, whoever it is, you better have your A game. But
Hope Shapiro comes back healthy. I'm writing off the Cardenas match. But, all right, on to 165. Into the quarters was David Carr, Thompson, Oldwin, Ramirez, Onajik, Pericelli, Casella, and Amin. And then in the semis, we had one of the upsets of the tournament. It was Ramirez over Carr 4-3, Onajik 6-4 over Amin, and then Onajik taking it 4-2 in the finals over Ramirez. What happened, David Carr?
well, it's like I said at the beginning of the show, and I mean, it was just, it's gonna happen. It certainly feels like O'Toole now is on a level all by
Different
himself.
level, man.
Not just because Carr lost, but some of Carr's matches this year.
Yeah,
he devoted everything to folk style this year, and I mean, it's a tough thing to do to jump to the next level, and
looks like Toole has. Looks like Carr has not.
well, O'Toole's just, I mean, he just reminds me of a Nolf type, a Nolf nickel type, a Taylor type. That's just. Now, can Carr beat him? Yeah. He's already showed that he could beat him. But, it's one of them. This goes towards Carr. This goes towards Griffith, Sloan, Ramos, Hardy, Foca, Munoz, all them big guns that lost at CKLV. Believe me, that means very, very, really, it's like you say you learn more from a loss than a win. So I'm actually rooting for
I like
them
the experience
guys.
there, man.
I'm rooting for them guys because they laid it on the line this early. I'm rooting for you guys to finish higher than you would have without wrestling this weekend like you did. And, I mean, that's got to hurt. There's not a sport that hurts worse when it comes to losing. I mean, it's kind of like you just got knocked out, beat up. You got to pick yourself off the ground.
That's it. That's exactly what you got to do. How about Onajik, man, coming through and winning this? Dude?
Yeah, he's crafty.
Wow, beating Amin 6-4 in the semis, and then Ramirez in the finals. Onajik, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I see you. All right, on to 174. Into the quarters was Norman. Okay, Norman with the 4-2 upset over Griffith. We'll talk about that. Norman, Wask, Kemp, Whitlake, DeVos, Gaitan, Murphy, Carcella, and then into the semis was Wask and Whitlake, with Whitlake taking it 9-8, DeVos, Carcella, DeVos taking it 11-8, and then DeVos winning it in the finals over Whitlake 9-7. Wow, didn't see that coming.
I mean, it's DeVos, but
DeVos.
no biggie. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say there.
You don't have anything to say here, dude.
No.
Griffith?
What's next?
Griffith, Michigan took a shot at 165, took a shot 174. Michigan not panning out well here, man.
Well, yeah, I mean.
All those paychecks. All right, 184, Keckeisen into the quarters against Kane. Then Pinto and Plott, Wolf, Hoffman, Feldkamp came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Against Munoz. Beat Munoz to go into the semis against Wolf. Beat Wolf 10-0. And it was Keckeisen Pinto on the other side, with Keckeisen taking it 8-4. And then ultimately Keckeisen beating Feldkamp 14-4. But welcome back, Feldkamp, baby. Wow.
Well, it's like one guy wrote in there is, okay, you're criticizing Feldkamp, but you have a guy that's short and stocky and strong. He sticks his head under your chin and keeps good position. He puts his knee pads on backwards to make it harder to actually grab behind the leg.
Didn't know that.
And he's going to be tough to score on. Maybe that's why Feldkamp didn't shoot. Look, you can have excuses galore. You got to create angles. If you're going to beat a guy, you're going to have to take him down.
Yeah.
And kudos to Arnold for wrestling these close matches as he does. But everybody's falling into Arnold's game plan. Arnold's looking for one opportunity to score, and he's keeping very solid. And like I said, he's short, and it's tough to get to his what do you call them? Fire plug legs. I mean, them things are huge. So, but people are going to have to create angles. People are going to have to go and, I mean, it's going to.
What about Foca losing to Wolf here?
Well, one of our connections said that there was.
Yikes.
They might have had some family stuff going on there, maybe death in the family or something. Or he obviously was not mentally there. That did not look like Foca. So I don't know that to be absolute true, but I know one thing: something was on his mind, and it wasn't wrestling, and that's going to happen from time. He'll be back. He'll be
so much stuff going on.
Yeah, he'll be back. But boy, that did not look like him.
Well, do you feel better or worse about Fishback after this tournament?
He's about where I thought he was. I mean, would he finish 7th or something? I mean, he did good. He had some good wins, but
lost 4-1 to Pinto in the round of 16.
Yeah, I mean, he's tough. You know, he's going to have to.
It's a long season.
It's like Shane Sparks was saying today a couple times during the Penn State match. If this here version wrestled the freshman version of the same guy, there might be a major. Well, we'll be saying that about Fishback in 2-3 years, you know, from what he is right now. But no doubt he's good.
Yeah.
So does he have a chance to place? I mean, he's going to have to progress as this year goes, you know, because there's some studs in that weight. Well, every weight, but.
Speaking of studs at weights, let's move on to 197. Into the quarters was Tanner Sloan and Shaw, Jackson Smith, Suber, Cardenas, Allred, Bachman, and Hidlay. Into the semis was Sloan, Jackson Smith, with Jackson Smith taking it 8-2, and then Hidlay and Cardenas, Hidlay 10-2, and Hidlay taking it in the finals 5-2 over Jackson Smith. Hidlay, look out. Look out.
I don't know. Hidlay looks to me like he's game plannable. Like you know exactly what he's going to do, and you can game plan a way to beat Hidlay. That's what it looks like to me. He's coming. He's forcing forwards. He's coming for that underhook, and he likes to shoot off of the underhook. And now you can game plan it to execute it. Might be something else. I mean, he's obviously very, very good. But I'm going to say, as I watched him, I tried to think, okay, he can beat Brooks. I can't come to that point, Zach.
Not after this tournament?
Nope.
He just won this tournament, and you still
can't
cannot
come
mentally comprehend that.
No, I can't come to it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, anyone else out of this weight class that...
But I do think he's number 2. I mean...
What about Cardenas beating Allred?
Well, here's something that's fun. Okay, let's insert AJ. Because the talk of the town is AJ not only is coming back, but now there's talk he is going to be at 97. I'll believe it when I see it, but throw AJ in that threesome mix there. Brooks, AJ, Hidlay. Because I'd love to see AJ.
I know who you're taking.
AJ and Hidlay.
I was going to just ask you, who would you take in that?
Well, I don't know. We might see it in the semis, and all of a sudden we hit on a subject that got me all excited again because that's going to be fun. And so I'm actually rooting for. I don't know. I don't think AJ will be down at 97. Glazier's doing pretty good, quite frankly, and. That's, a good indicator for Keeter.
What?
To me, is Feldman. Is Keeter better than Feldman? I can't imagine anyone says no, yes. You got to say we're about at the same level there, Feldman and Keeter. So let's say Keeter comes and, okay, let's move you, AJ, down to 97. We get a little better there because Glazier's doing quite well at 97. We get a little better there because, and then Keeter will move you into heavy 285. Do I think they actually, to me, I I think they're actually stronger having AJ because Keeter's not going to be. We've seen from Feldman at the CKLV. Good. Very, very good, and he's going to be great. You can see it.
Really?
Is he there to place this year?
No.
Ooh, that's going to get tough. Now, he could progress as this year goes along because we got a long ways to go, and a guy with that much athletic ability and all that stuff, I understand. I'm not saying this is absolute come March, but do I think he's going to place? No, I don't. There's too many other heavyweights that throw the fact that Stevenson may be coming back. You're only talking 8 spots there. Can he score Ohio State some points? Yeah, obviously. He's going to get some wins.
I mean, would he get top 8? You're speaking of heavyweight. Let's move on to heavyweight. Into the quarters was Davison and Katka, then Gad Ali, Trafon, Grice, Doucette, Feldman, Batista. Batista beating Feldman 13-5, dude. And then into the semis was Batista beating Grice 18-3, and Davison taking it 6-2 over a dude's name I'm not even going to try to say again. And then Bastida 5-3 over Davison.
Yeah, Bastida looks very, very good. And
Feldman finishes 6th.
He's going to be fun no matter who he wrestles. I don't care if it's Stevenson, Kirklevit. I particularly want to see him against a healthy Hendrickson because that wasn't a healthy Hendrickson.
Okay.
We've seen. So we can't go off of that All-Star Classic. And believe me, the health of a wrestler means a lot. And that's why you have to say, how in the world did Cale do what he did 4 years running the table? Because just staying healthy enough.
Life stability.
There's so many studs in college wrestling, and everyone gets a little more excited when you, Mr. High Rank, comes to town, and their game even goes up some.
Yep.
And if you have a slight injury, a nagging injury, I mean, we've all been in sports where we had an injury, right? You're just not the same. And it's hard to keep your mind from going, oh, my knee aches. Ooh, my knee aches. I mean, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
So the whole thing, I'm hoping Hendrickson gets 100% healthy. And you talk about health, Kirklevit, I wonder about his ankle a little.
Yeah, he got tweaked up today.
Yeah, he hurt his ankle today, no doubt. A little bit.
Well, let's wrap up before we dive into that. I mean, you mentioned Feldman. He took 6th in a tournament that did not include Gable, Kirk, or Wyatt. You really think he has a chance of placing?
Yeah, but he's got to keep progressing.
What a tournament for Stanford, right?
I know.
I have that in my notes.
Yeah, Stanford, Chris Ayers over there doing a bang-up job.
You also talked about Corey Colott and the job he's doing there in Navy. Dude.
Yeah, Navy, look, they represented well, too. They had some tough guys. It's not like they have a whole bunch of blue chip recruits.
5-star recruits.
Yeah, 5-star recruits coming in. And, and that's the thing is overall, when I looked at CKLV, every team I seen had some holes and some problems. And I hate to say it because I'm a Penn State fan. Of course, I'm rooting for Penn State to win. But I'm telling you, I kind of want it to be
some drama.
Some
this
drama
year would be nice.
And whether we were talking about Cornella doesn't look like the wrestler that maybe he'll come back, but he's nowhere close to what I had in my head. Of course, the whole Foca thing, I don't know what's going on there.
Hopefully he bounces back.
Yeah. Lowell is now done for the year, so they're going to have to use this
Shapiro got his head hit.
Benny Baker.
Oh, my goodness, dude. Cornell should have not went to this tournament, dude.
Yeah, Fernandez at 285. Underperformed. However, the Fernandez at 49 overperformed, so that's at least some good news for Cornell. Then you got Michigan. 4 of their guys didn't place.
Yeah,
we mentioned the Griffith and DiAgostino injuries. Ohio State, Macron, I expected more out of him. Huffman, no place. George
Feldman.
surprisingly, I thought he would place. He didn't place. Feldman and Gallagher, you both Patty. Here's the thing,
Patty cake,
Zach.
patty
Here's
cake.
the thing, and here's the thing that at some schools you see it, in a lot of schools you don't. Do you see the progression of that wrestler? He was here the previous year, and he's here that next year.
Mm-hmm.
You have to see it. I'm not going to go in naming names, but there's a lot of schools. I'm going to be honest. I don't see. Here's the same guy the very next year, and with Gallagher, with Patty Gallagher, and a lot of times we talked before in the past. A lot of times it comes down to just your head, how much confidence you have, how doubtful you are about your own abilities, whatever's going on in there. But
That's everything.
yeah. Anyway, he didn't. Huffman. I thought he would have he'd place this. The fact that the Ohio State has their problems. Nebraska has 4 that didn't place. Hardy did not look himself. Allred didn't look all that hot. Hardy.
No,
What in
Allred
the
did
world?
not.
Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy.
And it was just 2 weeks ago we're saying Hardy might beat Woods. Not that Hardy. Not that Hardy. But Iowa State, Tarakina, Broderson, and Gaitan, I mean, they got their holes. North Carolina State, they had 4 that didn't place. Virginia Tech only brought 7 guys, and
Dude,
three of them didn't place.
So
all these teams are guys that we thought here's some
studs,
trophy
potential.
contenders, and now it's early in the season, but there's major either holes or improvement that needs done, and now you throw in a whole load of injuries that happen at that tournament. Hopefully none of them are major or long lasting, but even Iowa's got their problems.
Well, we know about that, but maybe Iowa and Penn State were smart by not going to this tournament.
Well, maybe. I don't even want to say them words because my number one thing is to grow the sport.
All these injuries.
And how much fun was that for all of us to watch that? So I don't want to even say them words, but really what you're saying kind of
I know
makes a little sense.
I don't think I'm sending my team to that slaughterhouse, dude. Everyone comes out beat up. Yeah, we enjoyed it. Everyone, paid the price. The wrestlers.
I know, and you knew Shapiro. No matter what, after the Antonia match,
that was.
He didn't even have his next match yet, and I'm like,
that was the funnest match of the whole tournament.
That boy's got to be beaten up.
Was that your favorite match of the tournament?
Oh, that was impressive by both.
Yeah.
And then the way Andonian came back and won, 5 straight before he finally lost again.
Dude,
and
that dude
fourth.
just goes, man.
Oh, how does he not get beat up with the style of wrestling? But I tell you, with Iowa, between the Iowa match, they went against Penn and Ayala.
Let's touch on that.
Ayala.
Yep.
He's going to have to fight the place because I'm not. There's another one. Here he was. When was it? 2 years ago or whatever. This is kind of where he looks now. Mm-hmm. Now, this could all be just a.
Maybe it's taking him some time to get back from these injuries.
Yes, he had the supposedly shoulder thing, and this is early in the season. So, and he can place. He's obviously got the skills to place, but I'm saying there's a chance he could not place, especially in that 25.
Yeah.
You got Teskey. Why didn't he wrestle? Is he always hurt? Because, or is his pride hurt after he took a beating from Frost? I don't know. But
Frost is
he didn't wrestle.
The real deal. He might.
Yeah, Frost is the real deal, and Teskey's good too. Can Teskey place at 33? I mean, he's going to have to wrestle his one heck of a tournament.
Yeah, agreed.
Even 74 with Kennedy, and everybody said
Yikes.
Kennedy just came off of meniscus. Give him a chance to get in shape. Look, he was getting beaten period 1 at Penn, and I mean, Kennedy's got some holes, and it's going to be interesting to see because this forces Tom to make the decision. I think I already know what the decision is, but
what's that?
Arnold's only got 2, maybe 3 competitions left. Mm-hmm. They wrestled Kennedy wanting to save Arnold to delay this. Are we going to pull his red shirt or not?
Yeah.
But I know Tom, and he gets so pumped up on big matches, and he's got.
Is he gonna let Gabe sit?
He's got
sitting
3
on the
of them.
bench, dude.
Yeah, he's got 3 of them in the
on.
Big Ten. So if he uses Arnold for all 3, I can't see come the Big Ten tournament or the national tournament, he's not going to want his absolute best wrestler going at 74.
Yeah.
And I don't know how effective Kennedy could be up at 84. I don't think that effective. I mean,
I would say not.
I mean, that whole thing, not to get into, but okay, you just brought somebody to town, a big stud in my weight, and there's rumors out there, paid big bucks to have this guy come, and he's in my weight. What, you don't believe in me, coach? I mean, you can't tell me your head doesn't take a hit. Here, my coach that I admire so much, he's bringing in a super stud at my weight. What's that telling me? And it kind of just, Kennedy needs to get in shape, but you can't tell me that didn't hit his confidence a little bit. And he kind of looks like a guy that his confidence isn't flying high right now. I mean, he got majored by a good wrestler. And by the way, Woods wrestled C.J. Composto, and Woods beats Composto 16-0 at Nationals when they both placed. 16-0. It was 5-0 this match. And I thought Composto looked good. At one time, Woods went to kind of trip him down and almost put himself on his back. It was kind of reminiscent of the Alirez match, to be honest. And, I remember Woods say, well, you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And you learn you not do that. No, you're going to make the same mistake. We all do that at all the stuff we do. We end up making the same mistake because it's inside of us or something. But Woods gets a little sloppy at times, and he goes for these throws and ends up on his back. If Composto would have caught him,
yeah.
I mean, it was only 5-0. Woods took him down one time and got an escape, and that was it. So that was a kudos out to Composto, how he wrestled him tough. And the thing is about that's pretty much all I got to say about the Iowa
Penn match.
Yeah, same as everybody else, even Penn State, which I'm sure we're moving to next.
Yep, Penn State.
They didn't look
on
good.
Lehigh.
Yeah, they didn't look good at a lot of weights. Now, I will say some of them guys did. I thought Messenbrink looked really good.
Yep.
Carter looked like a man.
Carter was Carter.
Yeah, he looked like a guy out to hurt people.
Steen was Steen.
Oh, my goodness. I wouldn't even want to wrestle Carter. But
no.
I'm hoping Kirk Levitt didn't get majorly hurt. We both seen that ankle tweaked. But
long season. He's got a lot of time to heal. How about the freebie Kale handed at 197? Beard, his old buddy Beard.
Yeah.
Free win. It's a classy move, right?
Well, that goes back to, and I'm not certain on this, you wrestling fans can give us the actual truth details, but Brooks may plan on wrestling this month at the U.S. Open. And if you have a duel where okay, I don't have to, I have a little space here. Kale likes to spread some love. Mm-hmm. You're like Kazak. Kazak's, here's a great example, Steen.
Yeah.
Now, that was real disappointing with Steen. He loses right at the end. The kid gets a takedown on him right at the end. But there's no doubt whatsoever, Zach, he's a great example of the jumps in levels that kids make at Penn State.
Steen.
There's just no – he is absolutely a better wrestler this year than he was last year. Now, he needs to be more aggressive, more offensive, and there's some – I mean, he can get so much better just by –
You're talking about Steen?
Yep. I thought – I liked what I seen in Steen, even though he
lost.
He lost, but –
Seymour.
Yeah, but what I was looking at was improvement. And I'm sure he's been working hard, and Kale spread some love to him. Let's let you go this match.
Okay.
That doesn't tell us anything about Braden Davis, what Cale's going to do with this red shirt.
That's the big question there.
To me, this is a slam dunk with Lullendahl coming next year. He's already proved on the freestyle scene and everything he's done in his high school days. We're talking about a legitimate major stud that's going to be ready to go at 25 next year. Okay?
Or this year?
No, next year.
Or yeah.
Now, Braden Davis has been off to this. To me, I know he can still wrestle Braden Davis on the big matches, the Nebraskas, the Michigans, the Iowas. Braden Davis, I think, has still 3 competitions left, but I hope Cale go. He knows what he's doing. You know, why question what he's doing? But to me, it's a slam dunk. You pull the shirt. Braden Davis goes this year, but I don't know what's happening in the practice room or any of that stuff. Quite frankly, a lot of times when I'm sitting here talking, Zach, I think, dude, you don't know squat. Why don't you just shut up? You know, I wonder why I don't do as good at fantasy wrestling anymore. Ever since I started talking to this thing, before I just sit quietly in my truck and listen. As soon as I open my pie hole, now I'm struggling. I can't pick anybody right. I got beat last year.
Well, talking about bad decisions, maybe Aaron NIL Gal. That money maybe not well spent, right?
Well, you got to give it to Crookham. You got to give it to Crookham. I mean, Crookham is a better scrambler today than Nagao. Now, Nagao, you know what? He can ride him. There's no doubt. Nagao is tough from that top position, and he's good on his feet. But Crookham is quite the scrambler. Quick as lightning.
How many times did it get? Nagao was in on a leg, and he got called for dangerous. Crookham's legs are like.
Yeah, but twice
like Gumby or something.
Ended up in a scramble situation, and twice Crookham kind of won that easily. Now, I mean, you can make improvements. You can look at different ways to go about matches. Maybe don't put yourself in that position. I'm back to my old 1980s style of wrestling. There's times where I'm back to yank and crank on that quarter Nelson. That's not jump over and start
ankle picks and quarter Nelsons.
That's not jump over and start the whole scramble situation. Especially now, I'm going to wrestle Crookham, say at the national tournament. And okay, how can I beat this kid? Well, I don't want to get into scramble situations. So, to stay a little tighter in my stance, when he comes in, when he gets in, see if you can rely on baseline defense and yank and crank on that head instead of jumping over to try to out-scramble who's obviously very good at it. But, again, what do I know?
Well, it's a long season for Nagao. A little concerning. Bartlett, didn't he get taken down first? And Levi did not look. Levi looked sluggish.
Well, Bartlett went for a headlock, and it slipped off. Maybe that I think they did give it a escape and takedown. And Bartlett, I'm all for just going for it. Open it up. You remember them years where he was tight as a drum? Every match came down to overtime. It was 1-1 or something. So and he said he's going to open it up. He realizes when I'm in a scramble situation, I like my chances to win. I would love to see Bartlett and Crookham scramble, but anyway, that's not going to happen. But
Levi looked sluggish.
Well, he just a little uncharacteristic of him there in the first period. A couple times diving from too far away and stuff, and
yeah,
he gave up a takedown. You don't see that very often. But this is all good.
Almost more than one. He almost gave up more than one.
Yeah. I mean, this is this kind of stuff you look at and you can learn from. And I know one thing is Messenbrink. One word. What do you give it for Messenbrink? I know my word.
One word?
Yep.
Well, I already named him my most improved Penn State wrestler.
That's more than one word, Jack.
I know, but what?
Relentless. That's what it is for me. He's absolutely relentless. And with that gas tank of his, I'm not even going to say what I think. That kid's going to cause some problems for some others.
Look out.
It's going to be fun to see just how far he goes. He looked incredible today.
Who do you think wins in practice, Lehigh or Messenbrink?
I think it probably goes a little both ways, but I'm glad they're on the same team. Carter, nothing but mean. Just mean. And he's so,
67th straight sellout in Rec Hall.
Wow.
76 in the last 78 events.
Truex is slick. I really like Truex.
Yeah, we didn't really touch on him.
Yeah, I thought he looked very slick. He's
overlooked at Penn State.
You could tell Kirkleviet tweaked his ankle. He kind of shut it down there at the end. He ends up getting the major and everything. Could over a top 12 wrestler.
Can't afford to get injuries in that weight class.
Yeah, but
not this year.
I mean, we'll see. That same with Nagao. Will that hurt? He took a loss here. No, that ain't gonna hurt.
He wouldn't expect
technically. But I gotta say, bravo to Lehigh and Pat Santoro What a job he's going there. What he's doing there. And you know what? I don't know.
20th team in the country.
Yeah, I don't know any of the inside details, but you can just tell how good of a coach he is. And I like his composure. I liked how them boys came out. They didn't come out intimidated at all. Mm-hmm. They're wrestling what could end up being the most dominant college team of all time, and they came right after Penn State.
Went up 6-0, and then with the takedown of Bartlett, I thought, whoa.
I know.
What?
I tell you right now, that's impressive to see, and it just left me with the feeling that I don't care who you are, you could get beat because there's so many solid wrestlers in college. And like I said, they get it in their head that particular day. You know what? Today's my day. Boy, you're in for a war.
Especially in PA.
Yeah.
Lehigh and PA boys, baby.
You know what? This was a strange episode. We didn't do nearly enough laughing. I think is it because I'm in a bad mood or you're in a bad mood or?
I'm in a fine mood.
I'm a little sick.
A lot of results, man. We didn't get a chance to do a lot of opinion. Any opinions? Final thoughts before going to comments for the whole week?
I just
wasn't a lot of funny stuff that happened, you know?
No, it was too much, but
good stuff. Stetson Starsky, complete disrespect of McNeil at 141. Wayne, I'm normally on your side, but take this outrageous time will vindicate me. Well, we got third. Mm-hmm. Who won it? Mendez won that, right? Stetson Starkey. You didn't even have McNeil in your top three, did you? Boy, I should have did a recap of our predictions to see who won that.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't have a job.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna do? I might do it tomorrow, dude.
I noticed you put out a video what a bird accidentally got in your house.
Oh my goodness, dude!
And you put a video together of you capturing this bird.
Well,
and I thought, what the world's he doing over there? When are we making some money?
I'm gonna show at the end of this episode.
When are we gonna make some money?
Also the Flo commercial I made. I snuck a camera inside Flo's studio meeting.
That was great.
I'll show you that at the end of the episode, folks.
But yeah, that was. I must admit.
Yeah, you haven't even had a chance to comment on that.
Yeah,
dude.
That was funny. I
listen, Christian, all in love, dude. Ben and JD. I'm just.
You kind of messed up at the end, though.
I know. I forgot the third period.
Yes, you said period. Period, but they have a period after the word period.
Oh, I know, period, ever. A +1 exclamation point. No, I think we got it. Flow Sports, the best wrestling content, period. That's brilliant.
Should we say a little prayer that we don't lose the stream? No, I'm just kidding, Flo.
BEG Wrestling, we are here. It's period.
Yes. Going.
Oh, man. Speaking of that, Rich by Blood says, I'm looking forward to the day when BEG is bigger than Flow. Hands down, the absolute best thing to happen to wrestling in recent memory. I need Bonnie on the show. Boy.
That'd be awesome. As far as how big, whatever, I mean, I just want to have fun. When we first started this, I was hoping, okay, can we get like 30 people, 50 people to watch this on a regular basis? That'd be my wildest dream come true, because I just like to talk wrestling. Next thing we know, we got like 2,000 or so every week watching or more. And so we're way beyond whatever. But
we're not even close to where I want us to be. How about Turd Ferguson? Wayne, you're better without the skinny one. Hey, yo.
Hey, respect the turd.
All right. Hectix says, I don't know who David Taylor is, but he sounds like a beast.
Oh.
Who is Hectix? Is that David Taylor? I hope.
I think he's picking on me how I said Taylor.
Teller?
Teller.
Oh, Teller. David
Teller.
Oh, man, I just got that.
David Teller. Yeah, David Teller's awesome.
Oh, your Teamster buddy, Teamster125 says, how about an update on Wayne versus Zach with your predictions? Dang,
I know. You should.
I'm coming out with that tomorrow.
I got a very strong hunch you could have been just blasting me. I'm certain you won because I was just throwing stuff out.
Oh, I had Shapiro winning, though. You did.
I did, too.
Yeah, you did.
I did, too.
You revised it. That's right.
Yes, I revised it.
I talked into Shapiro, and I know I had McNeil. We'll have to look. Ricky 81111 Fix is going to run the table this year. Best fix yet is coming, especially with everyone writing him off.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree that if he doesn't win, it's going to, like with Vito, that's going to be a closer match. Telling you, Fix is just too good.
How about one final one? Rainback 1156. Not sure taking Iowa athletes to Las Vegas, cha-ching, is a wise idea right now. All right, not a bad suggestion there. Rainback.
You know, and in all seriousness, with Iowa, a lot of times I pick on Iowa, but if you want my true gut feeling, all of a sudden I have them back in my trophy teams after I seen all these other holes
and other teams.
And if everything's got to go right,
shots.
They got to have both Ferraris going.
It's gonna be Penn
now
State
the
here.
one Ferrari. It's not that
Record
big of a
team.
jump up over Voinovich, but he's obviously a little better. He beat him.
Yeah.
But
let me ask you this: with everything that happened this past weekend, Penn State's chances of becoming the greatest team of all time, most points ever, increased or decreased? They have increased after this week, right?
Yeah, I
mean,
think so.
Do you think that is a possibility?
I think I don't know how many points a Braden Davis can get them at 125, maybe quite a few. I think he has to be there to beat that 170. I think everyone not only has to be there, but the same thing that's happened for 12 straight years has to happen again, and that is that team is peaking right then. And I know a lot of people, I guarantee it's got to be someone that's going to write and agree with me. You have to see some improvement out of Steen, but that takes some of these other guys, the Van Nesses of the world, the Bartletts of the world.
Yeah.
You're seeing guys going like this in their careers there. And, you know.
Cannot deny that. Yeah.
You can't deny that. And it's like, you want that for every place. The better everybody is, the better for the college.
Not everyone can get better every year.
Yeah,
Some people have to get worse.
Well, I will say this in closing.
Close it.
I'm thinking about buying a 1986 car to replace my daggone deer damaged car.
That's right.
Look at this gem right there.
Teamster had his money on the Deer Hunter.
Is that the nerdiest car you've ever seen in your life? I was thinking, can I actually...
You buy that.
I'm always talking about your head and the effects of your head. My head could take a hit here driving this around. No, believe me, I'm not the kind of guy, that I need a real cool car or anything. I'm not a cool guy. but dude, look to drive this. It's not like I'm gonna be picking up chicks.
I say you either go with that because you don't care and you don't have an ego, or you get that new Tesla truck. So, because you see that thing, hang on. Elon on a different level. Elon and Penn State here. The rest of the world is down here, dude. Different level.
Penn State Tesla truck.
Yep.
Who would be the 1986? What is that thing? Piece of junk. No, it was well kept. Obviously, in the garage. It's on 80,000 miles on it. Anyway, who's that car?
Well, that would be some of the old Iowa wrestlers, like come back for their 16th season, right? How about the Bull? Is the Bull coming back this year to wrestle? I don't know. All right, here we go, folks. This is BEG Wrestling. Until next week, boom. We'll be back.
We gotta do this thing
Ben's
here.
like, I love Ben.
All
goes,
right. Now
not
you got me
dumb.
mad. All right, boys. Bring it in here. Bring it in here. Now, as we all know, BEG Wrestling is here. Okay? And they're putting out some quality stuff. So we need to do something to spice it up. We here at Flow, we need to remind people that we are the only. No, that we are the best wrestling content out there. We need a rebrand. All right, we need a new slogan. All right, I want everyone to take a couple days and think about it and come back to me with your best ideas.
You're gonna kill him!
All right, what do you guys got? Christian, I think I got it. One word. Period. Period? Period? Period. Well, people probably already assume that there's a period at the end already. But maybe if we spelled it out for them. Well, people might think there's a comma. I think I like it. That's right. I think I like it a lot. Oh, I know. Period. Ever. A +1 exclamation point. No, I think we got it. Flow Sports. The best wrestling content. Period. Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Should we say a little prayer that we don't lose the stream? No, I'm just kidding, Flo.
Welcome back to BEG Wrestling.